Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin, and today I have my September update for my deck of panning. So if you have never heard of deck of panning before, this is a panning game that was created and continues to be hosted by Emily from Emily and Max. It is based on a deck of cards, and I have a dog hair, but a deck of cards and a game board that she does update every single year and also every single month. So thank you to Emily for continuing to host this amazing panning game slash project. So in today's update, I do have 3 rollouts. So that means that we're going to be drawing in 3 more cards and 3 more products. So we will just have to see what the luck of the draw is. But let's go ahead and roll into, after I play my little intro music, we will go ahead and roll into the September update for Deck of Panning. I do have on my Wally and Eve shirt today. I love Wally. Wally is on my laptop desktop. Wally is on a print in my bedroom. I really do enjoy Wally, but let's look at my products. So the one that has been in the longest, and it should be in for the longest because it's in it for the long haul, but this was originally drawn in, I think in January, for an 8 of spades, which it was in it for the long haul, and that is my Fenty Eavesdrop. Now, I was a good YouTuber, even though I'm filming this on the 20th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so you guys will see it whenever it is edited and uploaded, probably around midnight tonight. So maybe not a good YouTuber with my schedule, but that's just because work was crazy this week. But I was a good YouTuber, and I actually checked my levels on this product before filming. So that line at the bottom, that is where we're at right now. So I was finally able to start making, nope, it's on this side, Erin. I was starting to make some new lines on the side of this product, and so we are now down to there. This kind of makes me feel like it's going to be going faster because, of course, the bottle kind of tapers in on this part. So we are nearing the end. It makes me hopeful that I will be able to get this used up by the end of the year, and this will be another foundation empty for the year, which will make me feel really, really good. But we are making good progress on this. It is in it for the long haul, so this is around until it is done. That is my goal. But I've been making really good progress, so I am happy with that. You guys, of course, will see my graphics popping up that will have my differences in my pictures. I'm not doing any weights on this project just because it is a little bit more of a faster rolling project, but I do keep weight differences on this. So at the very end of this project, if this is an empty, I can tell you guys how much the empty component weighs. So we will look at that later down the line. My next product, this one again will be in for the whole year because this was my Joker product. So finally, after doing this project for 3 years, I finally pulled the Joker, and my Joker is BB-8 because I do have a Star Wars deck of cards. So for my Joker product, I did pull in the Halo Glow liquid filter in tan. Now, for some reason, I don't know if I can make a new mark. Like, you guys can see where that line is, but I also kind of feel like this product, where the line is settling, is not where the product is. As weird as that sounds. But I am really down to the line with this one. It's still pulling out product on the dough foot, so there's still product way down there that the dough foot is reaching, but it's just that little bottom part of the dough foot that is actually getting product. But I will have to see as far as weight-wise. I'll throw this on the scale and just see what it looks like, but I don't really feel, I might be able to make another line just slightly under it, which again is frustrating because I have been using this product consistently. I do use this to mix in with my foundation, and I also use this to bronze up my chest or my shoulders or even my arms. If I need to, I will use this as a bronzing product, but my goal is to finish that. So I still need to work on that diligently over the next couple months so that that can be an empty for the end of the year. But let's look at one of my rollouts, and that's going to be so this was rolled in for a 4 of diamonds, and the prompt was Copycat. So that prompt means, let me get a drink. which, I mean, drinking a mini Alani is not necessarily the best for me, but hey, it's 3 o'clock and I have editing to do after that, so mini Alani it is. For the copycat prompt, that is copying another panner. So I did look through my YouTube feed and I found Donna from My Makeup Obsession, and she was panning dog hair. She's not panning dog hair. I just exist in a constant state of dog hair. But she was panning the Clinique Almost Lipstick in Black Honey, and this is kind of almost a dupe-ish for it. It's the closest thing I kind of had, but this is one of the glowing lips from ColourPop, and this is in Girl Please. Now, I had told you guys that I had issues with like the tip of this breaking off. It is a very melty product. Well, finally, like it just kind of melted itself, and so I shoved it back in there the best I can. Like, look at this poor product. Look at this poor product. So I'm not rolling it up all the way. I am just like dabbing it on my lips when I kind of roll it up like that, and I'm just like, dab, dab, dab. And then I just smush it in. And that's the best I can do. Like, I can't actually swipe this on because it'll just crumble. This is such a melty product. I do like it. It's just extremely melty. So I know since I rolled this in for a 4, I originally had a goal of 40, but I had talked to you guys about changing some of my goals for my lip products because I'm just not reaching for my lip products like I used to. I prefer a balm in a squeezy tube, or I prefer my Too Faced Hangover RXs. So I talked to you guys and you guys were like, yeah, cut those things in half. So I originally had a goal of 40. I was able to use this 20 times. It's kind of melted itself and it's hard to use. Like, I can't keep it in my purse or my pocket anymore just because of the type of product. So I did get my 20 uses on this. I'm considering this a success for this project and I'm rolling this out. That means we get to roll in another product. So that rolls us into also, I'm trying to figure out how I want to sit. I feel like I'm sitting too low. Let me do that. I end up slouching. Like, I end up framing my camera whenever I'm like sitting up straight, and then like 3 minutes into the video, I'm slouching in my chair. So forgive me. But the next product we're going to look at was also for a 4 of diamonds. So you can pick the same card on different months and end up with a different prompt. So this one was an impulse purchase, and this is one of the ColourPop, this is one of the Luxe lipsticks, and this is in Virgo Moon. Now, I love the color, I love the formula, but I do not need to be buying any bullet lipsticks anymore because it took me forever to reach for this thing. Again, it's beautiful. I've used up one of these Virgo Moon lipsticks in the past. I have used one of these up in the past, but it's just terrible with me reaching for lipsticks right now. So I did have a goal of 20 on this lipstick. You guys graciously let me bring that goal down to 10, so I was able to get my additional uses on this, and I have 10 uses on this, so we are rolling that lipstick out. Next product is also a rollout. So, okay, we are working our way down my little cards here. So we had the 5 of spades, which the prompt for that one was matches nails. At that time, I did not have anything on my nails, so my nails were natural. And so I picked something that makes my makeup end up looking natural, kind of. And so I did pick a setting spray. Plus, I'm like, setting sprays are like nothing. Like, once you spray them, they're nothing. So I was like, I don't have anything on my nails, so it's nothing. So I did pick my e.l.f. setting spray. This is the Dewy Coconut Setting Mist, and I was down to this line down here last time, and then I did finish that up. I did end up finishing this, I think, in August, because you guys saw this as an empty in my buys and buys. So this was an empty by the time August was done with, and so I am down another setting spray and we get to roll that prompt out. So now we have my palette pick, and this was drawn in. No, Erin, this was drawn in for a 6 of spades, which the prompt was glowy. So I did pick my Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette because apart from the 4 shades over here, the rest of this palette is shimmers. So this was my glowy palette that I wanted to work my way through. I actually do have this palette on my lids today, and I think I'm about halfway done. Let me grab my little book that has my graph paper in it. All right, I have my panning journal, and let's look where we're at. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 more shades to go on this palette. I'll have a graphic popping up with what I've already been able to get done, but I do have a goal of a no pan left behind. And what is my calic doing? You guys, I just need to not look at my monitor, even though I'd probably be out of frame all the time. But when I like look and I can see light through my hair because my calic is sticking out so bad, I'm like, good thing you guys don't have to see me from the back because it just looks like I have a bald spot back there because of my calic. Don't worry, I'm not self-conscious about it at all. Don't worry about it. But I do have some more shades on this one. I should be able to roll this out by next update. I do have just the kind of more neutral shades to go, except for that, actually no, because that big gold pan is up there, that counts as 2 of the marks on my page here. So let me actually look at that again. That means I probably only have 6 shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I only have 6 shades to go on this palette, and one of them is including the black, which I can just use that to like do a liner or deepen up an outer corner. Even though I don't really use black shadow, I can dip into that one very easily. But yeah, that's where we're at, and that is my beautiful pan in there. This palette is still, it still smells delicious. It is still performing really well. Some of the shimmers have a little bit of hard pan on them, but not enough to where I feel like this palette needs to be retired. But I love that palette, so I'm happy to have that one. And then the last item that we had rolled in for progress is going to be something that I rolled in for the 3 of spades, and the prompt on that one was pattern. I know I said in my last video that like sometimes it was like wearing the pattern off on something. Other people were like, oh, you can just pick something with a pattern, or you can, you know, have a usage goal on a patterned product, things like that. But I did pick something that originally did have an embossing on it, and that is my Clinique Cheek Pop blush in Heather Pop. So these do have that flower imprint on them, and I think finally, like, I don't think that you can see the flower imprint anymore. Like, I feel like I have worn it down enough that we can't really see the flower imprint. I do see a little speck of something over there, so I'm wondering if I will end up hitting pan. But this is a baked product on, I think, one of those like waffle terracotta tiles. So I'm just curious what one of these looks like when you end up hitting pan on it. But that is one of my favorites. I did list that as like my favorite formula of blush, and I already do have the shade in Black Honey saved in my Ulta cart, so that might end up needing to be a blush. But I did have a goal of using that 10 times, and I've used it 8. So I know I could use it 2 more times. I could roll another product in for it, but I'm already rolling in 3 new products. So I think I want to hold on to this one, use it the 2 more times, and have this as a new draw in for next month. So we do have 8 out of 10 uses on the Clinique blush, and I will continue to work on that. So that is all of my updates. So that means that we have 3 rollouts, 3 new cards. Let me get the game board pulled up, and I will take out my cards. So with the game board, like I said, Emily does shuffle the game board every single month. The aces and the face cards stay the same every month, but she changes those up every year. But she does shuffle the numbered cards. So that's really kind of like where we want to be with the fun things of picking new items. But I have my cards. I always like to show you guys where BB-8 was in the deck. Just so, oh, he was all the way at the bottom. So this was the bottom of the deck here. This is the top of the deck, and BB-8 was way down at the bottom. So he is my one joker that I keep in. And like I said, he has made his appearance this year, so he can stay at the bottom of the deck for the rest of the year for all I care. But let me look at what some of the numbered cards are. So we have Veto, Spotlight a Planner out of your hands, matches nails, which I did just paint my nails today. Fragrance Fantasy Self, which I've done a whole Get Ready With Me talking about Fantasy Self. I did that last year or the year before. That one was fun. Brand You Own the Most Of, Pretty Packaging, Gifted, Wish List Dupe, Pop Culture, Seasonal, Astrology Sign, and that's why I bought the dang lipstick in Virgo Moon, was to have something for my astrology sign. Metallic, and then Chopping Block. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle one more time. We're going to cut on camera with you guys. Hopefully I'm in frame again. You can look at my monitor. But we have our cards up top that we're going to pick. We're going to pick 3. So first one, BB-8, Mind Your Business. Mind your business, stay in the bottom of the deck. But we have 2 of Hearts. 2 of Hearts is going to be a Black-owned beauty brand. All right, or Black-owned makeup brand. I'm going to go with a beauty brand just because it kind of opens it up to other products in my collection. And then we are going to go for our second one up top is going to be the 4 of Diamonds. This is the 3rd or 4th time this one has come up. But let's look at it. A lip product, of course, because why not? Why not? Okay, and last one here. We have the Queen of Diamonds, which is Ray. Okay, let's look at what my Queen of Diamonds is going to be. A pick your space, but with the pick your space with the queens, you do have to stay within the suit that is on here. So I need to look at the diamonds. So the diamonds category is affordable, oh the shame, lip product, which I already picked. So I'm not going to pick 2 of those. Then we have fragrance, fantasy self, glittery, wild card, wish you returned, or non-makeup item. So let me go ahead and look through my stuff and see what I need to do. So I need to pick out a Black-owned beauty brand, or I'm going to just say a person of color. Because, of course, you know, we have some Latina brands and stuff like that. And then a lip product, and then also a product from the diamonds category. All right, I am back, and I have my items selected. Let me put my cards over there so I don't end up playing 52 card pickup. But let's go over the 2 of Hearts. So this is a Black-owned beauty brand, or a Black-owned, or a person of color-owned brand. But I actually, when I was thinking about it, I was like, I have not used these products yet this year, and we are at the end of September, and I have not used these products yet. Now, it's in a Z palette because this will look very different, but these are my Pat McGrath blushes from the Bridgerton palette. I was getting frustrated because the Bridgerton palette was too long and didn't fit in my organizers well. So one day, whenever I was depotting my eyeshadows, I just got the great idea to depot these blushes also. So these are now the blushes from the Bridgerton palette. But I have reached for the Franken one that I made, but I have not reached for these 2, which these 2 are the original Pat McGrath blushes from that palette and that collection. So what do I want? And I don't love this one the best. I like this one the best, but because this one's just a little bit bright and a little bit pink. But I do feel like it's going to be fun for like that pop of flush going into the winter. But what do I want to do? Do I want to just say 10 uses between all 3? Even though the Franken one is not technically a Pat McGrath blush, or should I just say 10 uses between the 2? Let's do 10 uses between the 2, so 5 uses each. So we'll go ahead and get these blushes used for the year, and that will be my B.O.M.B product. So that is for my 2 of Hearts. Then I had a 4 of Diamonds, which is a lip product, and I decided to roll in my newest lip product, and that is going to be the Merit Lip Oil, mainly because I told you guys I got this in a FabFitFun, and then I told you guys that I want to try to get it used up as soon as possible because I think Merit is more of a natural brand that maybe doesn't use as much preservatives, so I want to get this used up before it goes bad. And it's little, and it's tiny. It is a tiny little thing. So I think I might like put this on my desk at work, or kind of set this on my bedside, because it's so sheer that I don't think that Like, it's not going to like horribly like stain or rub off on anything because it's so sheer. But this lip oil is in, oh God, pink beet, and beet like the vegetable, not like dropping the beat like in music. So we are going to use this. I'm going to be kind to myself, and I'm going to just say 10 uses because I want to see what I think about this. I want to get my idea about how I feel about this product. So we're going to do 10 uses on the lip oil. And then I did have my Queen of Diamonds, which is Miss Ray, on my card. And I needed to pick a space but stay within the diamond category. And I picked a fragrance, and I'm cheating a little bit, but not really. So I'm picking one of my fragrance minis, and that's how much I have left on it. So that's why I say maybe I'm cheating just a little bit, because I have such little amount of this left. But this is the travel size that I keep in my purse. So this has been around for a little while because it just stays in my purse. So I think I'm ready to use this up and put something new in my purse. But I actually had one of you guys ask me like what my favorite fragrance is. I think it was in my if I could only like keep one video. You're like, if you could only keep one fragrance, what would it be? And this is it. So this is Marc Jacobs Perfect. I have gone through a big size of this. I have gone through, I think, one other travel size. I have this one, and then I have a full one in my closet. So, it's Marc Jacobs Perfect. This one is so good. It's just clean but fruity, and it's just pleasant. It is just a pleasant smelling, like it just makes you smell good. You're not trying to smell like anything. You're just trying to smell good. That's what this smells like. Now, I don't like the intense one because I think that's too much, but the regular Marc Jacobs Perfect, probably after I'm done with this one, depending, so bless it, I usually end up keeping my status with Ulta and Sephora, like VIB, and then I think like whatever the like spending over $300 at Ulta, whatever that category is, I usually keep that by buying myself and buying my husband a fragrance by the end of the year. So usually I get him the Dior Fahrenheit. That is the signature scent that I like on him, and he likes it too, so he doesn't mind wearing it, but I love that he smells like that. And then I think that I would love to pick up another full size of Marc Jacobs Perfect. So that might be in my future, but we have a goal to finish this, which should be like 3 applications. But that's okay because it's my project and I do what I want. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to do 10 uses on the lip product. We're going to do 5 uses each on the Pat McGrath blushes in here. And then we are going to finish our fragrance. So I do want to show you guys where BB-8 was because I did tell him to mind his own business. So we'll see how good he did at that. Oh, we're getting near the top. He was testing me. So, if I would have been like, oh, let's just draw another card and roll this one out early, if I had done that to myself, this is why I don't tempt fate. I did tempt fate because I told BB-8 to mind his own business, and then he was the next card up top. So I am very happy that I decided to only draw in 3 cards and hold off the blush for next month. Good job, Erin, for not having impulse control issues during today's video. But yeah, BB-8 was about to make an appearance. Not today, sucker. But I'm in a mood today, if you guys haven't noticed. But I do appreciate you guys, because that's all I have. That is my deck of panning. That is my update. This is usually my shortest video, even though now I get to take a lot of pictures and do a lot of graphics, edit this, and get it up for you guys. But I do appreciate you guys for I guess understanding that this video is going up a little late, I just did not have time to film after work this week. It was not in the cards for me. Hi, baby. All right, Mr. Wash says he is ready for some lovin', which basically means I get to go sit in bed and edit, and he gets to curl up next to me. Huh. Yeah. All right. Well, I do appreciate you guys. I'm going to encourage you to do all of the YouTube things as I have a big old fluffy tail behind me. But hit a thumbs up on this video if you guys are enjoying my content. If you are new or lurking, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. You guys are amazing. Thank you so, so much. But yeah, if you're new, if this is interesting, kind of check out my other stuff. I do conscious consumerism, project panning, using what you have, being mindful of what's being brought in, beauty budget, that sort of thing. So if that sounds interesting, hit that subscribe button. Stick around. This is my personality. Some people like watching me while they clean. Do whatever you want, but I do appreciate you guys very, very much. And drop me a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are. Let me know if BB-8 or your Joker was lurking right around the corner for you guys too, because good Lord, I don't need this kind of negativity in my life right now. But let me know how you guys are doing down below. I do love our conversations in the comment section. But thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit today, but I'm going to wish everybody a beautiful day, and I'm going to catch you in my next one.